Attention. An audio short story by Jason J. Cross. I will not lie. It has always been vital to me to get attention. I have no idea why. And I am not going to try to psychoanalyze myself, because I am just not that deep of a person. I always like to be at the center of everyone's thoughts. I do not care what is happening all around, just as long as everyone is looking at me. Why shouldn't they look at me? I am stunning, brave, and a sexy bitch. I wish these things came naturally, but they don't. I must put a lot of thought and energy into being the most talked about girl in my bubble. I must develop something new daily so people will be fixated on me. Everyone's attention is not what I want. It is what I need. With all that I do, it frustrates me because we live in a world that is so unjust. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have to put in so much work to get the attention I desperately need and deserve. People would keep their focus on me instead of other things that are not important. Focusing on other people who are nowhere near as important as I am. Take my parents. I am their darling princess, and they should shower me with praise and attention. Don't get me wrong, they weren't as bad as some trash people you see on TV. They just weren't as attentive to my needs. Instead of constantly putting me on a pedestal, they spent time trying to cheer on my useless brother. Why bother giving him any time? He was nowhere near the caliber of my greatness. Just because he got good grades and won some sports that came with trophies, it doesn't make him unique. Gag. It's a total waste of their time that should be spent on me. And then there are my so-called friends. Once again, I have to deal with people who spend their time focusing on the wrong things. Instead of showering me with love and caring for me, they spend it on things that didn't matter. Things like studying, going to parties, having fun, parents getting divorced, or even a death in the family. How selfish are these people? Then there was what was supposed to be my greatest day. My wedding. I thought I had hit the jackpot. The man of my dreams who promised to give me all the attention in the world turned out to be a total loser. He promised me the world, and I believed him. I suppose it should be my fault for believing him, but I will forever blame him for not delivering on his promise. Instead of focusing all his attention on me 24/7, he spent most of his time on his work. I swear he must have loved it more than I, since sometimes he would work 2 to 3 jobs. Yes, he said he needed the extra work to cover all the money I spent. Do you believe that, bull? How dare he blame me, the worthless bastard? He kept me locked up completely alone. I was not completely alone. The maid, cook, and gardener were always around, but their attention was not what I deserved. They were mere peasants, so of course, they would worship someone with my status. As bored as I was, there was no way I would lower my standards by being friendly with them. I don't know if any of them spoke English. So, of course, I cheated on him. He promised to worship me, but instead he worshipped money. He lied, so he didn't deserve my loyalty. Something for nothing is not how life works. Ultimately, I ensured he suffered for failing to keep up his end of the bargain. It just shows you that God is looking after me. In the beginning, when he was still giving me the attention I deserved, we were very passionate. I guess my punishment for choosing the wrong man to be my partner was getting pregnant. Oh, that was a nightmare. I got fat and was utterly miserable. It is hard enough to hide my emotions when I am thin and beautiful, but growing that thing in my body has me exploding. 9 months of hell. And what do I get for it? This little boy is a complete brat who looks like his father. At the very least, this little annoying idiot should have been a girl and looked like me. Instead, I got this bastard who was a spitting image of the liar of a husband I had. It was not what I deserved. However, the little brat does have a purpose. He is a good tool I could use against his loser father. I destroyed him with child support and alimony. You should have seen him looking like a broken little child when I left that courtroom in complete victory. He showed more attention to his jobs, and that little punk of a kid. Well, he can't have either one of them right now. I was even surprised by how easy it was to get complete custody of the rugrat, limit the loser's interaction, and get so much money out of him. What a great country we live in. The whole divorce was beneficial when playing the sympathy card. I got so much attention from so many people, thinking I was stunning and brave for standing up to my abuser. and breaking free to be a strong, independent woman. Well, he didn't technically abuse me, but a lack of attention should be considered a form of abuse, right? I am sad to report that this attention did not last as long as I wanted. I was starting to run out of new people to meet to tell my tale with their sympathy and attention as payment. I thought this was the best way to get the attention I rightly deserved for the rest of my days, but sadly, it was not. My once mighty audience started getting tired of me talking about what supposedly happened with my ex. They said they began noticing contradictions, which is total BS. They weren't supposed to be keeping notes. What kind of total BS was that? Losers. So with my attention dwindling, I started to get desperate. I need a new situation story to get people thinking about me again. I needed them to want to be around and do things for me, because I am so awesome. There had to be something else I could do. As I have mentioned before, God must love me. Sometimes the unjust world gives me a gift to justify itself again. When you think there is no other way to get what you deserve, a solution presents itself. I started seeing more and more videos of children going through transitions. I didn't care about their stories. I don't even care about my son's story. Why would I care about another brat's story? Kids are dumb, and so are their stories. What caught my eye was the parents. They were spotlighted for encouraging their children to be something other than what they were. They were receiving all the praise and attention that I rightly deserved. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is just what I wanted. This was the attention. This was my birthright. This was the destiny I had been denied for so very long. It was going to be so simple, barely a discomfort. I was going to be on top. People will finally be looking at me for being stunning, brave, and gorgeous. Why did I never think of it before? I just had to drop some subtle hints, and soon he'll wear dresses. These are just some extensively thought-out suggestions. He would be the she that I always wanted. Some great words of wisdom, and instead of a son, I will have a daughter. Can you imagine the look on my ex-husband's face when this happens? Priceless. He's only 3 years old, so this will be so easy. I just gotta watch what he does, and ease him into thinking about what he should do. This is something I can do without much effort. I already got him hating his father for no good reason. I must time this right. Get him to believe he's a girl. I can't move too quickly, or I might be discovered. I can't move too slowly because I am not that damn patient. I am so excited that, finally, the world will know my name. Soon, I will get the attention that I deserve for my whole life. Everyone will have me on their minds. The attention will be mine.